Aloha, fellow traders. It's your boy Frank and Beans here. I'm going to drop some QQQ levels on you. Get into a little bit on how I make my levels. I'll touch briefly on how I trade on my levels. And, if this helps a few of you guys out, great. That's why I'm doing this right now. If it doesn't, I apologize. It's for entertainment purposes only. But I've used a few different systems, and this is the one that is the easiest for me to read during the day, and the easiest for me to do in the evenings. Once you've got historic support and resistance levels set on your charts, you can keep using them. When the underlying gets into those ranges, you'll notice that it almost always adheres to those historic support and resistance levels. You're looking at the 5-minute chart. This is what I actively trade on during the day whenever I'm watching charts. But when I'm setting my levels, I always zoom out to the 1 week on a clean chart, and then I'm gonna kind of scroll out because I'm looking for the last trading session or previous trading sessions where the underlying's been in the same area, and I'm charting off those lines. So I'm always looking for some point in the past to chart off of. If the 1 week doesn't give you enough candles, then switch to the 1 day. Normally I'll chart lines off both, and I'm always doing it off of the bodies of the candles. I use hollow candles. I don't use a ton of indicators when I'm trading. Obviously you can see RSI, MACD, EMAs. I use 8, 21, 50, 200. And the reason that I use these indicators is when I'm looking to start scaling out, to close a position, to open a position, I'm always looking for like a second point of confirmation, whether that be an EMA a bounce or rejection, or RSI below or above 30 and 70, MACD curling or crossing. I need a second point of confirmation before I typically act. But these are the only indicators that I use, and for the sake of time, I have gone ahead and charted these levels already, and I'll go ahead and show those now. You're more than welcome to pause this video, take these levels, and use them however you see fit. I think we all need a system. You need to know where your lines are headed, because that's how you make your decisions in your trading day, right? If you don't know how far something's going to go down or how far it's going to go up, you're really just kind of shooting in the dark. And I don't really think that's the most effective way to trade. But you do you. This is how I do me. Without further ado, these are QQQ levels. Like I said, you're more than welcome to pause the video here and add these levels to your charts. I have found that these last several weeks that I've traded, these levels have been on point. So these are the 1 week lines. Again, I've used the 1 week, and then I've switched to the 1 day through some additional levels in. Again, I'm looking at areas like in this zone, and then way back here in the past, this area where my underlying was. The blue lines are 1 day and 1 week levels. Red lines on my charts are typically 5-minute levels. I do chart 5-minute levels occasionally, whenever I'm trying to scalp, or when I want to know what the after hours or pre-market highs and lows were. I know some apps or some brokerage apps will show you pre-market or after hours highs and lows, so that's always not a necessity to add to your charts. But it is a little bit busy on here, and it's going to look that way, I think, if you've done it correctly. But once you actually zoom into whatever active area that you are looking at when you're trading, those levels kind of pop out, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and kind of discuss Friday, which was a really great trading day for me. Uh, the levels were perfect, and I'll get into kind of a brief explanation of how I traded on Friday, QQQ specifically. I did do some SPX trades as well. Maybe I'll make another video on my SPX levels. But on QQQ, what I'm really looking for, I mean, it worked like cake on Friday. So when we opened, I'm looking at this 278 level, which was the pre-market high. It's also an historic resistance zone. Once we didn't break above that, I went ahead and opened a put position right off open because I had a feeling, we were going to be bearish. That's tended to be the trend as of late. So, I am super bearish right now. I don't think if you've seen my posts that I can say that I'm not. I've got some ideas of where the market's headed. That maybe I'll jump into when we get a little bit closer to the bottom. But I think we still got some down to go. So, I'm thinking about that trend whenever I'm deciding if I want to open a call or put option. Friday, I was pretty confident that we would go lower, so I went ahead and opened a put position on QQQ right at the bell. And really, what I'm looking for is my next level, right? So when I'm choosing whatever option or call or put option that I want to buy, I'm really just looking at this next level, right? So I'm looking at 273s or 272s, 280s if I think we're going up. And I'm just playing that zone between the levels, right? So I don't care what happens in between right here. I'm playing here to here, right? And also, depending on the time of day, is what expiration I'm looking at. At the beginning of the day, I might be looking at 0 DTE, 1 DTE contracts. If it's later in the day, then I'm looking at maybe the next week's weeklies. You obviously want to give yourself enough time for the trade to happen, but you don't want theta to burn you, right? So on this particular day, I just played it. I didn't even really look. I use price alerts to kind of notify me whenever the underlying's getting close to my next level, and then when I get that alert, I'm going to jump in and decide what to do from that point, right? So as we move down, I'm not doing anything. I picked up I think a 272 or 273 put option that day, and then once we got close to here. I started watching the charts again. We get the green rejection right here, and then the reversal happens right here. So on the second candle is really where I'm looking. Is really where I'm looking to act, right? And then, kind of like I said earlier, I'm looking for a second point of confirmation. Obviously, the EMAs aren't in play at this point because we've already dropped below them. So then I'm looking down here at RSI and also MACD. I can see we're about to cross here. We're about to cross RSI, so that's when I'm going to be closing my position. Once the position's closed, I'm again just kind of waiting for it to hit another level at this point. Bam, it hits right here. So at this point, I'm going to look for, or I'm going to probably open a put option. And then I'm going to be waiting for it to hit the next level, 272. Whenever I see it reject here, we get the green candle, boom, I'm out, and then I may open a call. I don't think I did, or I know I didn't on Friday. I was out of the market completely right here. But on the reversal, if you want to play a scalp on the reversal, that's your prerogative, right? There's a lot of different ways to play levels once you have a good way to choose them. So, I think this is QQQ, or this is my QQQ levels. It's a short video. I'm going to have to probably get better on these. This is the first time I've actually done kind of a how-to, so I apologize if I rambled and I said a shit ton of times, but maybe the next one will be better. let me know what you guys would like to see level wise. I do have a majority of these watch list and current tickers leveled out, because these are the ones that I like to watch and I like to play. And yeah, that's really it, guys. I hope it helped a little bit. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments, and I will jump on those at some point and try to respond in a timely manner. I kind of suck sometimes at doing that, but I'll do my best. I guess I just end this here. I just say bye. I don't know. All right, bye.